Hi everyone, it's Rachel. So for today's video, we're gonna do some thrift flipping. Yes, we're gonna do some thrift flipping again because you gave so much love from my previous thrift flip, so why not do another one? Brandy, Melville, and Princess Polly. You've heard of them, you've seen them, and their clothes are just so cute and fashionable and vintage looking, and you just can't stop scrolling until you see the price. It's so expensive, girl, and you can't stop crying because you're a broke ass bitch. Well, you don't have to worry, because this video is perfect for you. I will show you how you could create these fashionable cute outfits in a way cheaper price with the use of your imagination and mediocre sewing skills. So I decided to make 3 Brandy inspired tops from this oversized extra large button down men's shirt, and it has this baby pink color and gingham print. That's why I fell in love with it the first time I saw it on the rack. And this top, I bought it for less than $1 to be exact. It's 25 pesos in our country. So this time I made this oversized top into 3 crop tops, and the first one is a button down crop top. So the second one that I created was a tank top. It's you can tie it here. The last one that I created from that oversized top is a halter top that you can ribbon at the back. It's so cute. So if you want to know how I thrift flip that oversized extra large button down shirt into this 3 Brandy inspired tops, just keep on watching. So for our first crop top, get yourself an extra large shirt. Any shirt would be good for as long as it's buttoned down. First thing that you will do is remove the pocket of the shirt. I use a scissor because I lost my seam ripper. I recommend that you use a seam ripper because pockets are just so hard to remove. After you have successfully removed the pocket, get your favorite crop button-down shirt and lay it flat on top of your shirt. Mark where the ends of the crop top shirt would be and add seam allowance. I added an inch or 2 so that I could adjust on how tight or big my shirt would be. After that, measure and do the same markings to the other side of the shirt so that they would have the same measurements. Trace and draw a line connecting those marks so you will have a pattern. Then cut it, leaving the sleeves of the shirt. Also, trace and cut the sleeves and do the same thing to the other side. Save the bottom part of the shirt for later use. Get the body and sleeves of the shirt that you've cut and connect it by sewing the sleeves first. Sew this one first, this one, and also this side. Pin the sleeves to the shirt and start sewing. So the next thing that you will do is hem the bottom part of the sleeves. You need to fold it twice and sew it together. Do the same thing to the other side of the shirt. After doing the hem of the sleeves, you need to sew the sides of the shirt starting from the armpit area of the sleeves until you reach the bottom part of the shirt. Next step would be hem the bottom part of the shirt. And the first crop top is done! So this is a crop top button-down shirt. And I added a snap fastener to prevent the bust part from opening up. This is the front part of the shirt, and now this is the back. For the second top, get the bottom part of the shirt that you've saved earlier and cut those excess fabric and also save them for later use. Measure on how long your neckline would be, this part, and also measure the arm part. Place those measurements on the back side and mark the neckline first, then the armhole. Connect those two together, then trace how long you want the top shirt would be. Cut those markings and don't forget again to add a seam allowance, okay? After you've cut the top part of the tank top, let's now go to the back part. You need again the excess fabric that you've had before. Place the front part on top of your fabric and then measure and mark the same length and width of the body of the back part, making a rectangular pattern. Now cut again the pattern and trim off excess fabric. I decided to add 2 inches below because I want the back part to be longer than the front. This is what the front part would look like, and also the back. Now hem all the ends of the top and sew the sides of the top connecting the front and back part. Leave an inch or 2 for the slit at the sides. Before you start sewing, get your excess fabric of the button-down shirt, then cut the hem bottom part of the shirt and use it as a strap for your tank top. Cut those long straps into 2. Let's go back to the sewing part. You need to make a dart to the sides, and for the dart, I measured the center of the armpit side of the fabric, then added 1 cm to its side and traced those two together, making a triangular pattern. Fold the fabric, then start sewing. Do the same thing to the other side. Now, sew the top and back part, right sides facing each other. Do not forget to leave a space for your slit. Place a mark where you want your slit to start and sew until you reach the mark. Next is cut the back part in the middle so you will have an opening at the back. Now hem all the sides of the tank top. This is the part where my sewing machine got broken. You will be missed, buddy. I will miss you. I was torn if I should continue or not this thrift flip after this incident, but your girl is strong and determined, and I started hand sewing. Yes, hand sewing. This really took me so much time and effort, and I got blisters because of this. And so make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just kidding. So for my hand stitch, I did a back stitch to have a secure and presentable stitching rather than a running stitch. Taking the extra placket from the excess fabric of the shirt, sew them at the back to have an opening and easy access to wear and remove the tank top. You need to cut it the same length as your back part but leaving a seam allowance again. Now you need to open the placket and remove the stitching inside. Place the back part of your tank top in between of the placket. Fold a little bit of the placket to have a clean hem and use a pin to secure the fabric to its place. And start sewing. This is what it would look like. Make sure it's secure and it's sewed properly. Do the same thing that you did to the other side. Now, hem the bottom part and it would look like this. Just don't mind my beautiful hand sewing skills, okay? Don't mind it. Now you need to attach the straps that you've saved earlier to the front and back part of the top. Then after sewing them in place, you need to cut the strap into two again so you could ribbon the straps together. And this is the finished product of the second top. This is what it looks like. It is a tank top with the apron at your shoulder and has a button at the back. For the third and final top, you need to start by getting your neckline measurement, which is much narrower than the second top. Place those measurements to your excess fabric and the same thing that you did to the second top. Mark and trace to make a pattern. The difference of the two is that this top has longer armpit hole than the second top because the neckline is much closer to the shoulder blade. Cut the pattern again, leaving a hem allowance. Get your excess fabric and then remove the bottom placket of the shirt. Cut a rectangular pattern same length and width of the body of your top part. Next, get again the excess fabric that you have and make again another rectangular shape pattern. Remove the excess fabric of the sleeves and cut it in the middle. Now get those rectangular patterns that you have and cut those things into two. Cut the ends into a triangular pattern and do the same thing to the other one. Now gather those patterns and get one on every piece that you made, then cut them in a diagonal way. Now sew those three pieces together. You should have two of the same pattern, and this would serve as a ribbon for the back part of the halter top. This is what the ribbon part would look like. I also added a dart, the same thing that I did to the second top. Make sure to add another dart to the other side. After adding a dart to the front part, you need to sew the front and the ribbon part of the top, right sides facing each other. Now this is what it would look like. Do the same thing to the right side of the halter top. After sewing the front and the ribbon part, you can now go and hem all the sides of the top. You know that hand sewing is really not that easy and fast, and this took me days to finish, and I hope you will like this one. So let us now appreciate my hand sewing skills. Just what it looks like. It's beautiful, it's clean. I'm just kidding, it's so horrible. But don't mind that. At least the top is almost at its complete state. So this is what the ribbon part will look like at the back. For the last thing that you will need, let's go for the straps. For the straps, I gathered all my excess fabric and cut a long rectangular piece and did the same thing to the other excess fabric until I have a long piece of fabric. Trim off any excess fabric that you have. You must obtain at least 2 long pieces of fabric. Now you need to cut those pieces into 2 to have a thinner straps. Fold and sew the straps right sides facing each other, and I did a running stitch for it to be fast and easy. Now that you're almost at the end, you need to secure it by stitching it without any gaps or spaces. Now get yourself a strong metal or even chopsticks, anything that can pass through that hole of that strap. Push the metal inward and pull the fabric until all the right sides of the fabric will show. Remove the metal inside. Now that you have a thin strap, do the same thing to the other ones. Now for the last part, you need to sew and attach those straps to the neckline of your halter top. Now this is our third and last thrift flip, and this is just me struggling to have a perfect ribbon. Yay! Our third and last top is now complete, and this is what the finished product looks like. Look at my mediocre sewing skills.
Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey.